Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for December 3rd, 2014. We're getting ready for another Wednesday, and it's a wet and raw Wednesday at that, with temperatures that are warmer than yesterday, granted, in the mid-30s over the interior and upper 30s to lower 40s over the western suburbs and lower to mid-40s along the coast. It's also raw out, foggy, wet, just raw and disgusting out. And unfortunately, it looks like that's exactly what we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the day, as temperatures only going to rise into the upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior and around 50 degrees, as warm as 53 along the coast. So not exactly the warmest day of the week. That was on Monday, where temperatures pushed to near 70 degrees, but certainly not as cold as what we saw yesterday, where temperatures were around 40. So what are we dealing with? Well, let's take a look at the surface map, and you can see this convoluted frontal system that is set up over the eastern United States. Now you see how the stationary front is kind of making a little carved out area from Maine all the way down to Georgia. That is called cold air damming. And fortunately in this case, or fortunately, depending on whether you like winter weather or not, the Arctic air is locked up over here in Canada. So what's bleeding down here is what's called a marine air mass from the northeastern Atlantic. So we have that stable, moisture-loaded, cool weather pattern, cool air mass over the northern mid-Atlantic this morning. But here comes our polar cold front that will introduce a fresh polar air mass into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area to end the week, leading to temperatures pretty much near where they should be for this time of year, with dry conditions in place. Now, with this cold front, we're not really expecting much in the way of rainfall. This is a disorganized low pressure system. So as you can see on the radar, there really isn't much in the way of precipitation throughout the region. Watch out for that drizzle, a few of those showers capable of a brief heavy downpour, but no washouts today. Again, just kind of cloudy, raw, drizzly out, just a bit wet, but not a downpour throughout the region for today. On the water vapor satellite picture, you can see how this low pressure system really isn't all that organized. In fact, look at the pressures on these low pressure systems. 1020, 1022, and they're very weak low pressure systems. The strongest high pressure system is over the Canadian Maritimes at 1046 and exiting out into the Atlantic. If you want to see a really impressive storm, go out towards the west coast, where California is getting some very much needed rainfall throughout the west coast here. I mean, this is very much needed, and it's just driving that subtropical jet stream right into Southern California, where they're getting the rainfall that they dearly need. As far as the rest of the country, well, pretty much a progressive pattern is in place, with a Pacific air mass pretty much dominating much of the United States, leading to temperatures averaging pretty much near normal to slightly above normal. I'm not really looking at any major warm-ups or cool downs, should I say, over the next 5 days. But it is going to remain stormy. I'll show you why in just a moment. On the infrared satellite picture, again, rather disorganized low pressure system, but the clearing skies are on the way for tonight through the rest of this upcoming week. Let's take a look at the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Again, for today, look for periods of showers, overcast, cloudy, foggy, just raw out. Temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. For tonight through tomorrow, high pressure will build in, leading to clearing skies. Look for low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s throughout much of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, lower to mid 30s along the immediate coast. For high temperatures tomorrow, rebounding to slightly below normal, with temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. On Friday, high pressure starts to exit. Keep an eye on this disturbance and this disturbance as they start to interact on Friday night. Friday during the day, though, pretty much tranquil weather conditions. Clouds will be increasing. Look for temperatures to range from the lower to mid 20s over the interior and upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. High temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the interior and mid to upper 40s along the coast, pretty much where we should be for this time of year. Now, we're going to have those two disturbances I just pointed out. starting to interact. Now, the GFS doesn't handle this situation very well, but the European and the Canadian models do, and they definitely suggest there's going to be a potential for a low pressure system to develop along the mid-Atlantic coast starting Friday night, continuing on through Saturday. So look for a period of showers on Saturday, and then this low pressure system really starts to get itself organized and cut off the mid-Atlantic coast on Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday. And the potential for some very heavy rainfall is going to be growing with this type of setup. Now, there really isn't much in the way of cold air, so at most you'll see maybe a rain-snow mix over the interior with this setup, but we will be dealing with raw wet weather conditions for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Look for low temperatures ranging from the upper 30s to lower 40s along the coast, lower to mid 30s over the interior, high temperatures through the period, basically in the mid to upper 40s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Again, temperatures averaging near normal. It's just going to feel cooler because of the rain and northeasterly wind and overcast skies. And then we're going to watch out on Tuesday. Here comes another low, upper level low trying to cut off here and intensify. Basically what we have here, and why we're seeing this here, is we have very warm waters over the Atlantic. We have some cool, I can't really call this cold air, invading the eastern United States, and we just have a natural area of low pressure development here along the East Coast. I warned about this in the winter forecast, and even in a pattern that is clearly not favorable for East Coast low pressure development, we are seeing it right now, right here, in the most improbable situation as far as the 500 millibar pattern. We're seeing these disturbances cut off, intensify, and develop right along the coast. So it's certainly interesting to watch. Just wait till the pattern, when the pattern really gets favorable. Interesting times are certainly ahead. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Thank you for following NY and JPA weather. And remember, we are having a special offer for premium. If you want to get premium membership, and I would strongly suggest it, we have a winter special here. Get, for the price of 3 months, get 4 months through March for the winter. Be ahead of the storm and be prepared when those winter storms do develop throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. As always, thank you and stay safe out there.